Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? It was Cruz for today. So today we'll be going over the Grand Emporium modular building. So I got this a while ago, a couple months. I ended up buying this on eBay. I ended up doing a bid on it. And I ended up winning it. I paid $350. That included shipping, taxes, everything, which I think is a really good price for this set. This set goes for about $350, but you usually tend to want to. They usually charge you for shipping plus taxes. So this set is gonna cost you around $400. Now, this set was 100% complete, which was awesome. I'm glad I was able to say that. It came with all the instruction books in really good condition, and the reason they're in bad condition is because of my own fault. As you guys can see, I messed that up. I'll explain that to you guys in 1 second. But let's go over this set in general. So this is one of the older modular buildings that came out a very long time ago. It's supposed to be kind of like a big shopping area. It has a total of five minifigures. And it's got a really cool thing, which is its tan base plate. So it's got a 32 by 32 base plate, which is tan, which I think is kind of cool. Oops. Let me just tighten this up real quick. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. So, as you guys can see, it's got a tan base plate, but also, as you guys can see, there's also a little bit of bending on this base plate. We'll talk about that in 1 second. So, this is a really cool one because it is, of course, a corner piece. I'll kind of give you guys a little rundown on how the entire thing looks. And this thing is big. It is tall. It is beautiful, but it is big. That is definitely something that this set does have on it. It is a big set. So, this is set number 10211. I don't remember what year this came out, but it's pretty old. It's one of the oldest modular buildings. And I'll give you guys a kind of a little look at some stuff that was coming around at the same time. And this is actually a set that I'm trying to buy for myself. It costs about $250. This is a set that I really want to add to an own little type of thing that I'm trying to do, which is a nice little a medieval area thing. And I want to buy this set specifically because I think it's really good. But, you know, it gives you an idea kind of how this set comes out to be. So, we'll talk building experience. I didn't build this set, which is weird because I always build my sets. This is the first time I've ever bought a pre-built set. I bought in used modular buildings. This is a used modular building. But this one was sent to me pre-built. It was shipped extremely well. Nothing was falling off except I think these pieces down here were all taken off in a separate little baggie to make sure that, you know, there wasn't any issues and stuff. And then I just had basically put most of it together. But I did purposely try looking at the instruction books. I tried seeing if there's anything particularly annoying to build and the building experience, and I'd say that probably not. I think the build overall is pretty easy. I looked at it a lot. It's nothing super complex, nothing that is extremely annoying to build, as far as I can tell. There wasn't anything that was particularly hard, and there isn't anything technique that nowadays is like extremely cool. But the set does look really cool. So we'll kind of just take a look here, and we'll start from this side. And we'll kind of start from the top, and you have this really simple technique done with these pieces, the cylinder pieces, and then these other pieces right here, and it creates this kind of weird pattern, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of hard to see, and you guys will be able to see it there. So there's an indentation this way, which is kind of cool. This is something that's really done really nicely, and it's technically, this building is set on basically 2 studs instead of normally 1. So you get these like indented windows, and they're also offset, which is cool, and I like it. Again, it creates less of a squarey look. Same thing with the textureness here, where this basically goes out a little bit further than the actual building, and it creates, again, a really cool, and this is great pieces. Of course, a lot of this sand color in these right here, which is awesome. But of course, you get these green windows, which are really, really loved. And you get a ton of them. And it's all really great to get a bunch of them. Which is really cool. Simple texturing here, as well as right here, of course, just the modified plates. Same design, this floor to this floor. And we'll kind of move to the other side. And once again, this is a pretty simple technique. I think it's done with literally just this piece right here. Again, pretty simple. And these floors are basically in the outside are identical. The only part that it might not look the best is right here. And the reason for that, I think, is back in the day, they didn't have a better piece. I think now they could definitely do something slightly better. But on the sides, it's pretty much the same. And then there is also these flags here on the side, which do look pretty cool. Make it a little bit more colorful and add a little bit more grandiose. And there is a little flower here in this one little area, which kind of set in a weird spot. So pretty cool. Pretty cool, I do have to say, from this area. Nothing super hard to do, but it does look good, and I love the colors. Now, the bottom floor is something that a lot of people loved, and I take a lot of inspiration from. This is a really cool pattern. It's like a really cool pattern, as you guys can see there at the bottom. It's got a really cool amount of plates. You got extremely simple buildings of the little plants, and this is a really cool technique with having these little like spacings in between it. I don't remember. I think I used to remember how to put this one together, but let's see here. Yeah, so the way they do it is they do it with these jumpers, as you guys can see, and like that, and then it gives the illusion, not the illusion, but the actual thing that they're not completely there together. And I think I actually might have bent that a little too much. There we go. There we go. So it's really cool because it really creates that like feeling that I definitely have seen in actual buildings, which is awesome. And I do like to see that there, and it's really cool to really get to see it there. You get a little bit of awnings here. Of course, you do also get nice little lamps here. You of course get a nice little thing. This is for mail, and you do have some mail pieces in there, printed pieces too, which is cool. And of course, you do get the really famous, really modular building like lamp, which is cool. We'll talk about the door in 1 second. You also do have a nice shop there, and I think it's built really well. I think it's built in a really simple way, and you can clearly say it says shop. It can be aligned better, but that's my fault. And it's done on a little tube piece. The tube is bent, so you are able to put clips there. On this side, you have basically the same design. You get big windows, a nice little ice cream stand, really simple, and a nice little trash can there. So nothing too crazy. Here on this side, one of the back sides, of course, this is going to be against the building. Extremely plain, and I actually really like it. This, you can definitely be out. It doesn't bother anything. It's not, there isn't any weird colors, anything like that. So this is really cool to see. And here on this other side, you have basically the same thing, but this time you have some 2 windows. So pretty simple. And you do have this one little corner here where, there is a tiny bit of space. And there's just a simple trash can and a nice little glass door. And there is a little bit of a lamp there being depicted. So pretty cool. All right, so we're actually going to take the first floor off. Let me do that real quick. And these are not actually placed with any jumpers. They're really just placed on top. And I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So this is the first floor. And what I mean is, as you guys can see, there isn't any whatsoever pieces that really keep this thing from going anywhere. And the main thing is these. So these little cheese slope pieces are the thing that really keep this thing from really going anywhere. You have these that are forcing the plate to go this way, and these going this way, and then you have these forcing the other one to go that way, and then also this right here that forces it to stay in a certain direction. So it's kind of placed on top. So I would recommend to be really careful when you move this entire building, because it can definitely like slip off a lot easier. But it is easier for people to actually see inside. So this is a really cool technique. It's revolving doors. So revolving doors are pretty hard to do in Lego. And they did them in a really simple way here. They're literally placed on that piece and this piece right here, as you guys can see. I know a lot of people use this technique in their own personal builds, and maybe make the revolving doors a little bit bigger, because these revolving doors are extremely simple. And inside there is not any tiling, basically. It's literally just the entire base plate, which is, you know, interesting. And you have just some couple of stuff here. You have a couple of hats over here in this nice little build. These are actually full-on minifigures. So these are full-on minifigures. These are minifigures that are included, which is kind of cool. So if you are interested into a minifigure like this, and something that's really cool is that they actually do have the classic face. So you can actually use these as minifigures, or you can use them as mannequins, and that's what they're supposed to represent, which I kind of like. It brings a little bit of life into it. You can make them face the other way. I'm making them face inwards, like that, and it's pretty cool. These are supposed to be some pants there on the wall. They're supposed to be like the kid size, which is also nice. Again, more minifigure parts. Maybe this is supposed to be like perfumes or some type of stuff like that. They're in the middle island. And over here is supposed to be the changing room. This is a really funny thing. It's literally just two cloth pieces there. And they're kind of set there, and you move them for the minifigure to go in. And there's like a little spot where I guess they're supposed to sit. But yeah. Super simple, but I think a unique way of doing something. I don't think it would pass nowadays, but it's cool. And then you have a nice register area there. Super simple build. Of course, this is the old style of registers they used to do, because the time period in which the buildings are set is a little old. And there's some more stuff in there, maybe some more perfumes, or I don't know, candy maybe. Maybe they're selling actual gems. I'm not sure. And this is supposed to represent a escalator. So this is kind of cool. It's supposed to represent an escalator, and of course it doesn't actually move or anything, but it does look cool. And they're built pretty cool. They're built pretty simple. This is a sub-build in itself right here, and you kind of just place this piece right here, and it kind of makes this piece kind of stay. And you can see, you can see over there where it's kind of connected. Again, super simple, nothing super complex. Trying to put this piece back. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to do this with one hand. It's a little hard. There we go. All right, I'm gonna place you guys down for 1 second. Oh, Jesus. Nope. This is gonna. Oh my God, this thing's like falling over. All right, don't follow me, please. Don't be showing my mini fridge. All right, I'm gonna put the second layer on, the second floor, and I'll kind of show you guys. It literally just kind of places in place, and that's it. That's it. It kind of stays there, as you guys can see, but you just lift it up, and again, those cheese slopes are really what keep this thing together. And here at the bottom, you guys can see kind of how this thing is built. And the reason why it kind of stays in place with the cheese slopes. The cheese slopes go here and in other areas to make sure it stays in place, which is cool. And I'll show you guys the second floor. All right, so the second floor is really plain. There isn't much to see. All you get to see is there's a lot of walking space, and there's that. So once again, you can kind of get to see part of it through here. And you can remove that pretty easily. Just remove that one piece. And up here, you can also see that these are the things that really keep this building, the top floor, together. And there's nothing in here. There's supposed to be some, I guess, some dishes. Those are supposed to be some plates, I'm guessing, and some stuff like that. Nothing really special. Nothing like that. But, you know, it is what it is. Let me place this thing back up here. I'm kind of pretty good at breaking stuff during videos. What do you guys think? Jesus. And then we'll show you guys the last building here. Again, back in the day, it was a lot... the buildings are a lot plainer compared to nowadays, where, you know, the buildings are a little bit more detailed and stuff. I'm, like, moving this entire thing. I'm kind of going crazy today, am I? That's wild. All right, last floor here. And then we'll show you guys the roof. Now, well, kind of like move this thing from a weird side. There we go. So now we're gonna show you guys, and this thing is pretty tall. So the last floor is pretty plain once again, kind of the same kind of look. It's got the the escalator that's supposed to go up, which doesn't really make sense because if it's an escalator, escalators only won't go one direction, right? Like, I don't know, I'm not sure. We'll move this in a second here, and that's supposed to be a nice little bike build or a little tricycle. There, it looks good actually. It looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. These are supposed to be some balls, maybe some like balls to play with, and then that's supposed to be a nice little like house build or something. And that's it. That's literally it. There's this really cool chandelier here in the corner. This is the chandelier build, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Everybody always loves how this thing looks, but it's literally just a single stud that keeps this entire thing together, and this thing falls off extremely easily. This could have been really easy to solve by, instead of using this piece, instead of using a bar piece and then in putting the bar in this in this modified brick, the headlight brick, and then it would be a lot better for it not to fall. So it's super easy to fix. But yeah, and once again, you guys get to see the two little tiles there that really keep this entire thing upwards, and yeah, right. I'll put the last thing here. So this is the roof. And the roof is kind of cool. It's got some really cool stuff, and I'll show you guys what it is. So first, you guys will see this window washer thingy, which is kind of cool. It's kind of neat. It's a really simple build, and I'll take it out for you guys. It's literally just a couple of pieces. There's a little mug there or glass. There's a couple of strings, and you can just place it up there, and it's supposed to be for a window washer. For, again, a tall buildings, things like a skyscraper, you tend to see them. Maybe not buildings like this. Maybe you do. I'm not sure. I'm not a window washer myself, but it's cool. I think it's definitely neat. Doesn't look like the safest thing. It's just kind of... And the rails are definitely a little low when it comes to the figure itself. Like, he can definitely just fall over. But, I mean, it's only like 3 stories, so, like, he should be okay, right? And we'll move up here to the last area. And up here, it's pretty simple. You do get this nice little pattern. You do get a big skylight. And this was actually not annoying to build or anything, because I actually ended up building this area because it was a little broken. It's a super simple skylight, but it does bring a lot of light in. And it does actually have a billboard. So it does actually have a billboard. That's supposed to be a Lego person, or in their case, just a person. That's supposed to be a gift, which is awesome. And I kind of like it. A lot of people like the billboard. It's very like realistic almost, and kind of cool advertisement. These are supposed to be some nice little lights. So yeah, pretty cool. And I think you guys can kind of see from this side the building technique, how you guys kind of be able to see. So yeah. Again, I'm kind of sad that I wasn't able to build this one because I wanted to build it, because I do think it would have been a cool building experience. But not being able to build it, that's okay. And now I'm going to show you guys comparing it to some of the other modular buildings. So this is a pretty tall modular building. This is right next to one of the pet stores. So it fits pretty well. Again, it is pretty tall. It's just the billboard makes it a lot taller. This is not part of the modular building. This is just something I have on top. So you guys can kind of see the height difference of one of the modular buildings there. And I will grab one more for you guys so you guys can really get to see. Now let's take probably one of the smallest modular buildings. Is this one right here. And there you guys can definitely see a really big height difference. This is one of the smallest modular buildings you guys can truly get. But yeah, pretty cool. Onto the figures. So the figures are, again, pretty simple because they're the old Creator minifigures. Alright. So you do have pretty simple figures at that. You have this woman. I think she's supposed to be like the the wife or something like that, the girlfriend, and she's got a cool. I actually really like her torso. Her torso is pretty simple and plain, but I think it works well. I think it's a nice one, and she's supposed to be carrying some bags there. Maybe she bought some clothes. I'm not really sure, but she's carrying some stuff, which is cool. Her kid, you can actually change the different little short pieces that were inside. You guys saw them in the first floor, different shorts, so you guys can actually exchange this one. This is supposed to be the person who's on the bottom floor. That torso looks really weird. I forget the old torsos look like strangely fake. That's funny looking. All right, so again, pretty simple. And of course, these all have the really old creator heads before they move to the newer ones. You also do get the window washer, and he just gets a broom. He gets a broom to wash the windows, I guess. He does get at least a hard hat, but he's pretty cool looking. Super simple, but he's nice. And then you do get the dad or the other business guy, and he's actually not wearing any pants, so that's kind of funny. He's supposed to be in the changing room, and this is supposed to be his underwear. I always find it hilarious when LEGO does this. They don't really do this stuff anymore when they specifically do this when they're supposed to be in their underwear or whatever. But yeah, this is him in his underwear, and he's supposed to be trying to change into maybe these pants. Maybe he's trying to buy them. Maybe he's, I don't know, maybe he's trying to do something else. I'm not really sure, but that's why he's pantsless, which I think is kind of funny. And of course you do have the other two minifigures that I did show you guys in there. The other two mannequins. But yeah, you do actually get this thing in 3 different instruction books. It's basically set up one for each section. Like this is the first one, and then it's for the first floor. It's pretty solid. Again, I looked at it. I think the colors are pretty good as well, which are I cannot say about some of the other ones. I know the Pet Shop, the coloring was a little harsh. Like a little bit harsh. I would recommend that, like, specifically black is a little light. But other than that, it's pretty easy. There isn't anything super complex, and they do give you like aerial views of it. So this is a really cool set. It was never one of my favorites because it's pretty plain inside. But this set allows you to really get inspired and do part of it yourself, which is awesome. Of course, it's one of the older modular buildings, so a part of it doesn't really stay up with the current. Modular buildings are a lot more detailed, are really cool in the interior, but it's a really cool set. I'm glad I was able to get it for a decent price. Keyword decent. It wasn't a great bot. It wasn't the most best thing ever, but I am glad I got it. And I do really like some of the techniques. I am kind of sad I wasn't able to build it. I was able to build part of it. Some of the basically the stuff that he took off to make sure it wasn't broken, and it was gonna break anyways, or fall apart in the way it was shipped. But it was shipped really well actually, and it got here really fast. And the seller was really nice and everything. And I do recommend, there is a slight problem that this corner will lift up. This seems to be a problem with modular buildings, period. When it comes to any type of base plates need weight on them. And since there isn't any weight and there's a lot of different plates, this slightly bends. And you'll see it all over this one. Mine be even worse because it's used. But you will see that in any base plate, period. And of course it does have a tan base plate, which is pretty unique. But that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out everything else down in the description. I didn't actually get this in a box because again, I got shipped this built and a weird other different box that I got it used. But that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out everything else down in the description. It's my main channel, my gaming channel, and my stream out down below if you guys are interested in donating. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys.